The Silent Witness. The setup: the story begins in a small foggy coastal town called Black Hollow. The town is known for its eerie silence and the mysterious disappearances that have plagued it for decades. The protagonist, Elena Carter, is a freelance journalist who has come to Black Hollow to investigate the latest disappearance: a local fisherman named Tommy Briggs. Tommy vanished without a trace 3 days ago, leaving behind his boat, which was found adrift in the harbor. Elena is staying at the town's only inn, run by a reclusive elderly woman named Mrs. Grayson. The inn is old, creaky, and filled with strange artifacts that seem to watch Elena as she moves through the halls. Mrs. Grayson warns Elena not to ask too many questions about Tommy's disappearance, but Elena is determined to uncover the truth. As Elena begins her investigation, she notices that the townspeople are unusually tight-lipped. They avoid her questions, and some even seem to be watching her from the shadows. The only person who seems willing to talk is Jake, a local mechanic who was Tommy's best friend. Jake tells Elena that Tommy had been acting strangely in the days leading up to his disappearance. He was paranoid, constantly looking over his shoulder and muttering about the watcher in the woods. The unraveling Elena decides to visit Tommy's boat, which is still docked in the harbor. As she searches the boat, she finds a small waterlogged notebook hidden under the seat. The notebook is filled with cryptic notes and sketches of strange symbols. One page stands out: a drawing of a figure with no face standing in the woods watching. The words "he sees everything" are scrawled beneath the drawing. That night, Elena is woken by the sound of footsteps outside her room at the inn. She opens the door to find the hallway empty, but a faint, wet trail leads from her door to the stairs. She follows the trail down to the inn's basement, where she discovers a hidden room filled with more of the strange symbols from Tommy's notebook. In the center of the room is a large, ancient-looking mirror. As Elena approaches the mirror, she sees a shadowy figure standing behind her reflection. She spins around, but no one is there. The next day, Elena visits the local library to research the symbols. She discovers that they are part of an old legend about a creature known as the Silent Witness, a being that is said to watch over the town, taking those who uncover its secrets. According to the legend, the witness can only be seen in reflections, and those who look into its eyes are never seen again. Elena begins to suspect that Tommy's disappearance is connected to the legend. She returns to the inn to confront Mrs. Grayson, but the old woman is gone. The inn is empty, and the artifacts seem to have shifted, as if they are watching her. Elena finds a note on the front desk that reads, "Leave now, or you will be next." The confrontation: determined to uncover the truth, Elena decides to venture into the woods where Tommy was last seen. As she walks deeper into the forest, she begins to feel as though she is being watched. The trees seem to close in around her, and the air grows colder. She finds a clearing with a large, ancient tree at its center. The tree is covered in the same symbols from Tommy's notebook. As Elena examines the tree, she hears a faint whisper behind her. She turns to see the shadowy figure from the mirror standing at the edge of the clearing. The figure has no face, only a pair of glowing, hollow eyes. Elena tries to run, but the figure moves impossibly fast, appearing in front of her no matter which direction she turns. In a moment of desperation, Elena pulls out the small mirror she carries in her bag and holds it up to the figure. The creature freezes, its hollow eyes locked on its own reflection. Elena realizes that the mirror is the key. The Silent Witness can only be defeated by forcing it to confront itself. As the creature stares into the mirror, it begins to dissolve, its form breaking apart into shadows that are swallowed by the forest. The woods grow silent, and the oppressive feeling of being watched lifts. The aftermath: Elena returns to the town, but something feels different. The townspeople are still silent, but their eyes no longer follow her. She visits Jake to tell him what she has discovered, but he seems distant, almost as if he doesn't remember Tommy. When she mentions the Silent Witness, Jake's face goes pale, and he quickly changes the subject. Elena leaves Black Hollow the next day, but as she drives away, she catches a glimpse of something in her rearview mirror. A shadowy figure standing at the edge of the woods, watching her. She looks back, but the road is empty. The figure is gone. The final scene shows Elena back in her apartment, writing her article about the disappearances in Black Hollow. As she finishes typing, she glances at the mirror on her wall. For a brief moment, she sees the shadowy figure standing behind her reflection. She blinks, and it's gone. The screen fades to black, and the words, "The silent witness is always watching," appear on the screen.